for our birds. So we'll give the normal corn on cob, and what we'll do is we'll buy a whole green coconut. We'll cut into quarter pieces and we'll give one piece to the cocktails. They will love to eat the tender part at the top of the green coconut. The green coconut, it should be something like a fresh one. It should not be something too dried up. It should be some chewable, and it should have that milky content on the top. So when buying from the shop, you should cut the coconut, whole green coconut, at the bottom. For taking the water out, you should cut at the bottom, not at the top, because all they like, it's at the top part only, the milky content. So you can feel the drumstick leaves and stems. So it's something natural deworming as well. You can also feel the neem tree leaves. So that's good for your birds. And spinach we can add to our diet twice a week. And you can also add this enrichment, which is very good and readily available nearby our places. I think every one of us would have seen this. Something called Indian dates or something like that. They would love to eat the branches. You can see there is a date kind of thing in yellow color, but they love to eat that the stem of this. So you can feed this as well as the coconut flowers. They love to eat the coconut flowers. I think you would have seen before the coconut comes, there might be small tiny flowers in yellow color. So you can also feed that. They love to eat that. So there is no limit, so to care of the care which we are going to give for our cocktails. So we need to put our artwork to bring in all kind of enrichments available outdoor. So we need to give them the grit mixture, we need to give them cuttlefish bone. We can soak the food and give them next day morning, but that's a very easy task for us. But giving them the germinated ones takes much time. So that is what our real love towards this breeding cocktails where it lies. So we need to spend much time. So then we get the good quality birds. It's not like just going to a breeder or a pet store, buying a good quality pair, bringing them home and just breeding straight away and just producing the output. It's not something like that. We need to put as much as effort as possible. So we can breed a good health cocktail. You can see in this right hand side, we have just grown a homegrown spinach. So, and it is being fed to the cocktails. Okay, health is very important for our cocktails. So most of us will be having them in an unhygienic condition. So I was having them in an unhygienic condition some 4 to 5 years back. So step by step, I am increased my hygiene. But till now, I am just 20% hygienic condition what I have. So I should improve them to 100%. So I am just working on that. So I hope everyone please make your cages or keep your cages very clean. So it should be a clean place where we can sit and eat. So it should be a place, that kind of a place it should be. So because if we keep our cages clean, so then the work will be easy for us. Hygiene plays an important role, so we should make our cages clean minimum once or twice a week. So we can avoid the pigeons and any kind of birds which is producing some the poop smell looks much dense odor or something like that. So we should avoid them. So for the leftover foods pickups, we can have some 1 or 2 chickens maximum, not more than that. So, and we should clean our water daily morning. Minimum we should clean that. So in many cages I have seen the bowl will be green in color. So that is not acceptable. We never ever drink. Suppose we are going to a railway station, there will be a glass placed. I think most of us will hesitate to drink using that glass because sometimes it will be good, sometimes it will have some a greenish kind of thing. So it looks hard to drink. So it's the same for our birds. So we should give them fresh water daily. Wash the food bowls, wash the plates, everything, whatever we use for them, it should be clean thoroughly. And most of us, we directly buy from the shop seeds and feed them to our birds directly. So it is advisable to clean them, drain them completely, and we should should dry them under sun. So it gives as well, it gives the free of dust. So we can use to our birds directly then. Okay, medication. So this is a place where I used to get, and also I used to ask everyone else, so how to treat my bird. My bird is sitting at the corner. My bird is not eating. My bird is fluffed up. My bird is having a greenish poop at the vent. My bird eyes is swelling. My bird eyes, it is producing some water kind of thing. So these are the questions which used to come. So sick bird always make our heart sick. So immediate action is should be taken to cure the bird. So we need to speak with our bird. So we need to understand what they are telling us. So once we understand that their language, then it's easy for us to proceed further in treating them. So you can use the 60-watt bulb. For example, we should keep this bulb readily available at our home. So we should have some the temporary cage or a permanent cage which should be placed with the bulb. So it should be used when we find a bird is sick. But what we will do is, we will have a temporary cage or a permanent cage with no birds in it. But what we will do is, we'll go and buy a new bird. Instead of, because we don't like a cage to be empty, we will fill it. So that is the main problem with us. So we should have a separate cage, 365 days, so with some bulb in it. So we should be ready with the first aid things for our birds. That is very important. So it is always good we can consult a vet. So once or twice a year, it's good. We can take some random of 3 to 4 chicks. We can take to a vet. We can do a bacterial test for them. We can take the food culture or whatever it may be. We can do the antibiotic test, resistant test, as well as the antifungal. Whatever the test we feel is required for our birds, we can do that. In Chennai, they have some Veperi Medical College is there, and we also have Sanchu. They are very good in doing the lab tests, so that we can have a proper history of our bird and we can give them a proper medication. You can see here the result which I took in the past for my birds. So I have just took some random 3 birds from different lines. So I just check what is the condition of them, whether my treatment is going in a correct way or I am doing something wrong. So I am just checking this kind of things. Okay. Once we know the reason, so when we are going to start a medication, there are 2 types of feeding the bird, because once the bird is sick, they will hesitate to eat. Okay. Prithvi, can you able to hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Yeah, bro. Okay, great. That's good.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
there
sir.
are 2 types of feeding our birds, because the sick bird will never eat. Suppose Salim is getting some fever or cold kind of thing. I will not try to eat chicken biryani or mutton biryani. I will try to take some barley or something like bread or something a soft food which is easily digestible. So in same way we should feed our bird the food which is easily digestible for them. So the option 1 is, in the opening itself I have shown you the set gut. There is a small tiny spoon inside. You can use that spoon, 1 spoon, and you can sprinkle that on the top of the soaked food. This is option 1. The option 2 is, suppose the sick bird is not that much active, it is hesitating to eat food. What we can do is, we can grind all this soft food together, because it will give some mixture and it will break all the complete particles into a tiny one. So then you can sprinkle on the top and you can give them, so they easily take it. So the sick bird, if it's eating, they are safe. Suppose the sick bird, it is not eating, then we are in some kind of a problem. And there is for example, everyone would have seen, there is a bird, Cockatiel, and it is just opening its mouth and breathing heavily. So at this point of time, you can just treat them with some doxycycline for some 20 or 21 days. But the problem here is, you should not catch the bird when you feel the bird is breathing heavily. So never ever catch a sick bird that is breathing heavily. Don't do that. There there is a chance the bird can die immediately when we are going to catch it, because it's having the uneasiness in breathing. During that point of time, please don't catch your bird. So you can add some multivitamin to the soak food, whatever we have seen, or to the water you can add it. So you can change the water twice a day, and you have to remove the food after 2 hours time. You can see here I have clearly mentioned, watch for sick bird eating. If it eats, then we are safe as well as birds are safe. Yeah, this is the treatment. This treatment you can do for bacterial infections. So in this, the first step goes to the 60 watts or 15 or 50 watts bulb. So you can use that bulb. The next goes to Bird Plus as well as the set gun. So this combination is combination something like Salman Khan, Shah Rukh Khan, all them acting in the same movie. So this is something like that. So you can use this. I'm sure that you will save the bird from the bacterial infection instead of giving all kind of antibiotics. So antibiotic, too much of antibiotic will also kill our bird. So we should know what is the dosage we are going to give, what is the period we should give. So just like that, we should not give enrofloxacin, flagyl, metronidazole. So all this we should not give just like that. We should have some proper dosage and the period of time which we are going to give them. So please be careful with them. And this combination you can do it for 15 days minimum. This combination works well for bacterial infections. And you can use the Setgut and Bird Plus during breeding and during molting season. And I think everyone will be aware of the breeding as well as the different types of breeding techniques we have. So we have two types. Initial or the conventional type which everyone will be following is the clay pot. Another is box. So the preparing for breeding season and also the breeding, the type of breeding which we are going to do, whether you're going to use the nest box or the clay pots, so it depends on the success rate of or the traditional way of following. So it depends on what we have done in the past. So you can see it. So breeding, it depends on preparation, and we have some non-breeding season, wooden nest box, clay pots, emergency, and few things to be kept in aviary during breeding season. Preparation for breeding season. So suppose we are going to prepare a bird for the breeding season. So it should be a good condition bird. It should not be in a molting stage. The birds which are in molting should not be bred. So it should not put them in breeding. So it should be in a perfect condition. So when we are going to prepare for breeding season, just like that, it's not 1 week or 2 week time. So it's something like 8 to 12 months time, because we should buy them as youngsters. So buying youngsters in a lot, for example, 10 to 15 numbers or some 4 to 6 numbers, we'll end up with minimum 1 or 2 pairs. So it's advisable we should buy them at a DNA 6 so that we will never disappointment at the end of having the handful of males. So it's good to go ahead with the DNA paper. The price, high or less, it's not a matter. So just go with the DNA paper, male and female. That's good for everyone, the breeder as well as the buyer. So the best cage to put them during the non-breeding season, the flight cage, you can put some, if you have more space, you can go ahead with 10 by 10 by 8, or you can go with 6 by 4 by 4. So you can go with this, and you can use some varieties of seeds and soft foods which we have seen in the previous slide. So before going into the breeding season, we should deworm our birds. If you are using some mobile or something, you can just take a screenshot and you can save that for the deworming of your cocktails. That is suggested by a veterinarian doctor, so I am just following it. So that works very well for me. So you can see here the standard dosage for birds, albendazole, so which is available readily in the market, or you can use wormwood gel if you have. So the standard dosage for albendazole is 2 ml into 50 ml water. It should be a 50 mg. The 2 ml, it will be a 50 mg. And it should be given for 100 gram weighing bird. So lesser the weight of the bird, lesser the dosage. So you can just calculate based on that. And before the breeding season, we should give them the calcium-rich foods. Some of the natural calcium-rich foods, you can give them a spinach. You can give them the cuttlefish bone. You can use this hard-boiled egg, the shells. You can dry them in the sunlight, and you can just crush them. You can add some the rock salt to it, and you can as well as add some the river sand to it. You can just give them as a grit mixture kind of thing. You can give them to your birds. And if you give your bird a very good diet and good proper cage, you can breed them up to minimum some 10 to 15 years for sure. You can breed them. Okay, during non-breeding season, so we should avoid some the fatty seeds. So you can give them a good variety of seed, but less than fatty. So you can give them canary, you can give them buckwheat, but don't give much sunflower seed and oats, not oats, ember. So you can give them as a cream. So you can give more canary, buckwheat, oats, millets, proso millets, you can give them, but not the sunflower. And during the non-breeding season, it is good. You can separate the male and the female in a different cage. And this is the preferred the nest box which we are using in our aviary, and we are replacing the old nest box which we are having in a different size of 10 by 10 by 12 of horizontal nest box which we have. So that has been replaced by the nest box which you are seeing right now in the screen. And you can see the size 12 inch by 12 inch by 14 inch deep. The nest hole for cocktail, it should be 3 inch there. And we are using the fine wood shavings and a replacement every 10 days. So the replacement every 10 days, it's not during the incubation period, it is during the chicks. Once the chicks start to hatch, after some 10 to 15 days, every 15 days you can replace it. But 15 or 10 days is the maximum time. It's good if you can replace hatch
सर जी
as
मुझे थोड़ा
quickly as
टाइम
possible.
दीजिए, मैं आपको ऐड कर लूँगा पक्के से. अभी वो सेशन चल रहा है ना,
You can see the
तो उसमें
this
थोड़ा
3D
बिजी
view
हूँ.
of this
मैं
wooden nest
आपको ऐड
box.
कर दूँगा
This
पक्का
idea
भैया.
was given to us
Thank you, sir.
by our friend Tony Silva. So this was excellent box, and I got some very good result. Mainly, this box is also one of the major major plus in this. So you can use this box, and it will give you a best result. And, please use this box. So you can just have this dimension, and you can go ahead with doing this. Benefits of using the wooden nest box. So it might be a rainy season, it might be a summer season. It's good we can use this box. So the temperature control and this kind of things will be not that much variation compared to the clay pots, which will turn quickly cold as well as hot. So this gives something as a natural feeling what they have in the forest. So during hot summer, so what we can do, suppose the bird is sitting in the egg, you can spray the box from the outside. You can take the eggs, you can touch the eggs. There is no problem in touching the eggs. You can take the eggs, you can wash them. If you feel they are dirt, you can wash the egg. The egg should always look good. It should not look something unshaped, or it should not with some dirt in it. It should look in a golden color. It should be so that there is a possibility 100% for it to hatch. Breeding using clay pots. So I have started my breeding with the clay pots. So I have a very good result, but due to my laziness, I am not able to clean my pots every 2 or 3 days. So I have bred many cocktails, including many bacterial infections. So I have stopped breeding the cocktail using the clay pots. Still, I have some new clay pots with me, but I have never used them. So it's good we can go ahead with the wooden nest box. So it's very it gives us a very good result, and it's very difficult to inspect the clay pots. I think everyone face this. So when we are removing the clay pots from the top, we might see the bird will be dancing here and there. They will not allow us to touch the cheek or the
Okay, sir,
eggs.
continue.
So it's
Yes.
very difficult to handle them. So it's advisable from my end to go ahead with the wooden nest box. So
And
emergency,
PPT
anything
લઈ
can
લેજો.
happen at any time. So we should be ready for
And જો,
everything. So we
અને તમે
have
છે ને
turmeric
બધું share
readily
કરવા
available
માંડજો
at our home.
તમારા
So for
તમારા નામથી.
if there is any
હા,
wound, we
એટલે
can use
એમ
the
કે તમે
turmeric.
શેર કરજો આ બધું
So
PPT
when we
આમાં.
are using a leg bands for the bird, so it might
હા,
get
એટલે એમને
stuck
બહુ
anywhere
સરસ
in the
સેશન
bench
જોઈએ. કોલ તો
anytime.
કરવો
So
બને ને આપણે.
મારો કામમાં એક વખત થઈ ગયો એટલે આ કામ કર્યું. બરોબર નથી. તમારે બહુ વ્યવસ્થિત કહેવાય. આવો ડાયરો નતો તૈયાર કરવાનો. એને કેટલું એક કરતા અને ઓલું જોયું હતું ને મારે હમણાં તમને ફવારા થઈ ગયા. પેલા થઈ ગયો તો પેલા મારું જ ખાલી દેખાતું હતું. મને નથી ખબર. ઈ તો હવે તમને કીધું અહીંયા તરત એમ થઈ ગયો લાઈફ. સંજય ભાઈ હતો સચિન હતો હવે બીજી ખબર પડી આવી રીતનો છે ને ત્રીજો મોબાઈલ રાખવાનો ફેસબુક માટે સમજ્યા રામ નો કેવો હા એટલે જો આ બધું નવું નાખ્યું છે આ કાંઈ હતું જ નહીં એનાથી સમજાણું ઓફલાઈન ઓલામાંથી ઘણું નવું છે હોમ અપડેટ છે વસ્તુ છે મફતિયો વસ્તુ છે બલ્બ કોણ છે ભાઈ પોતાની કરી ને અનિલ ગર્ભ ગાઈડે અનિલ ગર્ભને હમણાં એનો મેસેજ નાખ્યો તમને કીધું હવે ને રસ તમે રસ નહીં હવે હવે તો ન જ પડે ને એમાં પડી જાય રામી ગયો કામ એટલે હવે નહીં કરે આપણે અપીલ નહીં આવી ગયું ને એ સાઈડ બધું વરસાદ નહીં કેમ વિશે કોકને કોક આવી રીતે બોલાવે આવો મજા બે ચાર લાખ કાઢીને તો ફોન તો જવાબ તો દેવો ને વસ્તુ સમજી ગયા આપણે ગોતવું તો ને સમજી ગયા એમ નથી તમે એએસઆઈ શું કામ જો તમે એએસઆઈ ના આમ જો તમે એએસઆઈ ના હેડ જો હવે જ્યારે ફોરેસ્ટ વાળા રેડું ચાલુ કરશે ત્યારે ફોન કોને કરે મારી રેડ હું કોને ફોન કરું પૃથ્વીભાઈ ને કરું અને એની બેસતા કાચબા પકડાનો એટલે પૃથ્વીભાઈને કરું તો ખરી એવા તો ફોરેસ્ટ વાળા પેલા કરતા એના કરતા 1000 ગણી એને લાઈવ બચાવી શરૂઆતમાં જોયું ને ક્યાંય એના કરતા આમ જો ઇંગ્લિશ ધીમું ધીમું બોલ
I think you also shared me the
સમજાય
questionnaires to me.
Thank you so much, Salim sir. If okay, if anybody wish to ask any question to sir, so they can ask, please.
Yes,
They can.
which you shared me. There are some questions which you shared me in the group, I think. Yeah, I will just go through it.
Okay, sir.
How to save all the chicks? This
Yes,
is the
yes,
main
yes,
question for cocktails.
Yes. Okay, how to save all chicks? So suppose the cocktail is your breed. It should be good if you breed some 4 to 5 pairs together. So because they lay egg every alternate day and the chick hatch every alternate day. So if you have some 4 to 5 pairs, so that you can segregate the chicks compared to their size. So that is one possible way you can save the chicks. Another is you can have this hand feeding formula readily available. You need to check the chicks. For example, you can see here now these two chicks are perfect, they are good. So this chick is little weak, so what I will do is just I will hand feed it and I will put them back to their parents. This is what we can do. So this is one type of saving, and you can just keep them in another nest box. This you can do.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, and you can use this second. Okay, once the chicks started to hatch, and I have seen many people telling that we don't need to feed the soft food, so we can feed the seeds. only for the first 10 days, but I never done something like that. So I straight away feed the soft food, beetroot, whatever the food I feel. So we will feed them straight away. So what we'll do is we used to check the nest box every some 4 to 5 hours. Morning, afternoon, evening, 100% I will check the nest box. Today I used to supposed to check the nest box late in the night. So to share with you all, I just bringing some chicks, and you have to feel the weight. Just hold the chick and feel that weight. So if you, and you have to check, and you also check the feet. The feet should be functionable. You should not something like this. So it should be functionable. You have to look for that, and if it is not functionable, you have to give them some additional multivitamin. Yes, and I have seen some questions on that Chuka disease they call the keel bone is visible. So for that disease, you can use this set gut instead of going with some antibiotic, and you can also add the bird plus multivitamin to the water. 5 drops you can add to the 250 ml water. So Rizwan from Chennai has asked, prevention before disease and supplements for calcium, vitamin, minerals and proteins, I think. So prevention before disease is, it's really on our hand. So we should keep our cages clean. So suppose the bird is sitting in the bottom of the floor, other than eating, we should have an extra eye on them. So when a bird is sitting at the bottom of the floor at some corner, it tells us it's having some problem. So it should be noticed immediately, and it should be given additional care. So from Bangalore, Shyam from Bangalore, my cocktail breeding pair lays egg frequently once in 2 to 3 months. Is that okay? If not, how can I make them reduce frequency? Okay. In India, what we do is, okay, not something like that. What I do is, I breed some 3 to 4 times. I used to remove the box. So, but I've seen some other top class breeders, what they will do is, with the help of the food, they will stop the breeding. That is what we should learn. So, removing the box, providing the box, breeding them, not breeding them, it is not that much good, I feel. So, what is good is, changing the food habit should stop them and start them for the breeding. That's important. Vignesh from Madurai. Mutation, combination and its result, which all will make good combo. Okay. So if you need something lengthy cockatiel, and if you need some good colors, what you should do is, this is a common pipe, this is a white face pipe. I have 2 chicks. Common white face pipe.
શો હતો ને એમાં એક ચકલું નહોતું લઈ આવ્યું. આમ આપણા મહેનત દેખાય ને સમજી એકવારે કીધું કે
કીધું હા કાંઈ કામ નહીં કરતે.
તો એને બરખાસ્ત કરવો સમજો બોલે એને એટલે ભરાયું તો આપણું નામ
diet during rest period. Okay, flight cages shall be as much big as possible if we have space. Things to do before and after breeding season. Before and after, I think we would have seen in the presentation what I have shared. So if you have any further question, you can post in the Cocktail Society of India Facebook page. You can like that page as well. And I also will share my experience in Facebook, in CSI group in the upcoming days, as well as the YouTube. We have a separate YouTube channel for cocktails. We will share in that. We name Outdoor Tamil. And Ritik Banerjee from Kolkata. After the chicks are hatched, we all know that maximum female cocktails are not able to feed them properly, and due to this, chicks got expired. How can this problem to be solved with proper way? Please let us know the solution. So, natural pairing always gives us a best result. So, if your pair is a natural pairing, then there is a problem somewhere else. Suppose if it is not a natural pairing, it has been a forced pairing, then you have to go with some natural pairing. So natural pairing always gives us a best result. Ahmad Ansari from UP. My question is that if cocktails are fat and they are not bred, then do it what we should do. I think that is what his question. Suppose your cocktail is little fat, you just put them in a big flight cage so that it gives some good exercise to it. So try to reduce the fat content. So how you can reduce it is you can reduce the fat content seeds like sunflower seed, yam. You can reduce this, and you can put them in a free flight cage. And what else you can do is you can yeah, someone is asking something, please.
Sir, can you please explain the problem about air sac mites?
Okay, problem of air sac mite is mainly because of the cleanliness in the box as well as our feeding type and unhygiene condition in our the cages. So suppose we have some clean cage and we have some cleanness. I think I never faced that issue because I used to clean my cages regularly, so I never faced this issue. But I think these are the major problem which will rise to the air sac mite. What I feel, because we use that saving dust for the mites problem. We used to sprinkle in the bottom of the nest, so and we never faced that issue. So you can use some commercial available the mites. For example, if the birds is free from lice and mites, then I think we can avoid the air sac mite issue. What I feel, we have to keep our cages clean. That is what important. Anyone else with question?
Hello. Sir,
Let me pick up some question. What we have shared.
Hello.
Okay. From Chennai, my cocktail hatched 4 eggs, but not compared to the first hatched egg, and last one is very small. How to raise the chick equally? So to raise the chick equally, we can breed. That is what I explained a few minutes ago. So you can follow that. You can breed some 4 to 5 pairs together. Suppose if you are having only one pair, what you can do is you can have some hand feeding formula, and you can feed them and put back to the parents, and you can remove the bigger one in the morning. So once it feeds the smaller one, then you can put the bigger one back to the cage. You can do that.
Sir, how to check male and female?
Okay, that's a perfect question. So check the male and the female. It needs maximum 4 months to check whether it is a male or female. Suppose if you buy a very young one. Suppose we are going to buy a very adult bird, it will take some maximum 30 minutes time to find. You just sit back and watch their activities. Male bird will sound extra compared to the female. Male bird, what they will do is they will try to attract the female by they have a sound. They will sing in such a manner, and they will just open up their wings and they just land in the floor cage. I think you would have seen that. You can see in some YouTube videos also, you can see that. So that is one possible. And in
Mane,
grey cocktail, you can
agriculture
find easily.
association.
So the male will have a yellow patch, the female will not have a yellow
Of
patch.
society
This is
માંથી
also
ફોન આવ્યો
common
હતો
for the white face. The male
એ
will
જે
have a white
સંભાળે છે
mask,
જેબીર
female will
કરીને
not have
કંઈક
the
છે
white mask. In
એને
Lutino,
આપણે અશરફ અલી
but
કરીને
people
છે
will tell
એણે
that
ઓલા
orange
સેશનમાં
tick
બીપી
patch,
શેર
the
કર્યું હતું
darker
કે
the
મને ફોન
patch
કરીને
male,
કીધું કે આને
lesser the
ધ્યાન
patch
રાખવું
female, but that's not,
એટલે એ આપણા ટેકામાં
it
છે
will not work 100% because all the show quality cocktails, they have the darker patch, bigger in size. It's very difficult to find the male and female. So it should be examined with some hand-on experience. You need to spend some time to check them.
Hello.
Yes, please go ahead. Yeah.
I'm Sanket sir from Pune.
Yeah, please.
Hello.
Yes,
So
go ahead.
actually, what is the suitable temperature for crocodile breeding, sir?
Okay, temperature, you're breeding indoor or outdoor?
Indoor, sir.
Okay, you're breeding indoor. So you should maintain temperature from, I think, minimum you should maintain 32 to 35 or 30 to 35 will be good for you because in indoor I think you can use some air condition, something like that. Not in 16 or 18 degrees Celsius, that is not advisable. Temperature maintenance mainly depends on your airflow, so that is very important. So make sure you provide the input as inflow as well as the outflow, the exhaust fan, and you can also use some the ceiling fans. You should be careful in your airflow. Temperature will not be a problem, even though if it is if you have more airflow, temperature will be reduced. You should not go more than 35.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
okay any
Yes.
Sir, I have a pair of cocktails which have raised the last batch 1 year back, and after from that time they are not laying any eggs, and but they are going into the nesting pot, and they are just coming out and behaving like they have breed once, but they didn't lay any egg. So what can be the problem and how to solve it?
Okay, they played from 3 to 4 months back, and now they are breeding. They are not breeding, right?
Yes, sir.
But they are inspecting the nest and coming back.
Yes, sir.
Okay, remove the nest and calcium.
35 degree च्या वर नाही पाहिजे.
Yeah, please.
टेम्परेचर
Yeah.
60 डिग्री पर्यंत जाऊ शकतो.
Okay, increase the calcium.
कुठं वॉच भेटतं बघ.
Remove the box. Increase the calcium. Good as well as your.
टेम्परेचर किती डिग्री सेल्सिअस आहे?
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yes, Prithvi.
yes sir yes Salim sir
Questions from our friends, you can just make a note of it. So
okay done it's not possible to answer the all question one by one so that okay done sir again thank you very much on behalf of Cockatiel Society of India. It's our privilege that you have taken a session for us and giving us a wonderful as well as informative informations to all our members, right? Thank you so much sir, thank you so much Salim sir.
महिन्याला चालत असेल मीटिंग. पहिली मीटिंग आहे त्याची, फर्स्ट मीटिंग.
Thank you so much Salim sir, thank you.
And see, you can use all kind of these books. So how to breed a standard cocktails. So you can refer those books, and you can also breed some good quality cocktails. So let us join together and breed some top class birds. That is the main plan.
Oh,
Okay.
great.
Everyone. So let us breed some cocktails, something like that. You can see the cheek patch. You can see the crest. So we should breed something like this.
You have a profile page on your Facebook.
Yeah, I have some Facebook page.
So can you just please let me know the name?
Yes. My personal Facebook page has been friend list has been full, so you can use this outdoor Tamilan page where I will be sharing all my cocktail experience over there.
Okay.
Please.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Again, thank you so much, Salim sir, as well as all participants, for your giving us a time and join us on a wonderful session. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you, CSI. Thank you, Prithvi, for organizing this in a great way. Thank you so much. See
Thank you,
guys.
sir.
Bye.
Thank you. Chalo, good night all. Thank you.